Yeah, hello. Viewers, welcome to KDR TV live show today. Obviously, being Decision Day, we are starting a series of debates which will take us for the next about 4 or 5 hours regarding the upcoming Mwanyagetinge elections. So, to start us off a long evening today, we're going to focus on the role of the organizing secretary for the organization. And we have two candidates who are running for this. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the other aspirants to come to the show for whatever reason. So we do have the two gentlemen, by the way, just to make clear that they are some of the most active members of our community. So we are really honored to have them on the show. And personally, I have nothing but tremendous respect for the two of them. So I appreciate you, gentlemen, and the wonderful job you do in our community. So we do have Nelson Magutu Mogere. I think a lot of people in our community knows him. I think he's very present in pretty much every social gathering that you might have mentioned about, whether it's weddings, matangas. He's very present. So we are very honored to have him today on the show. We also have Dr. Chris Omare. Obviously, everybody knows he has been here a long time, an extremely active person, personally, who's been my mentor in many aspects. So we're also honored to have him on the show. And we're going to discuss about the role of the organizing secretary and what it really means for us as a community as we get into the discussion of this election tonight. So, gentlemen, let's begin with the obvious question. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement about these elections. I want to start with you, Nelson. Why do you think there is such excitement within the community about this?
Yes, once again, Mwanyagetinge. My name's Nelson, as you've been told, Magutu Mogere. To answer your question now, the excitement that you are seeing today, this is a result of poor leadership that we just had from the past regime. Now, you could realize that Mwanyagetinge has actually been in existence for so many years. But then over the years as I've been here, it's been deteriorating. Somehow we're losing membership. People just went down to community-based or constituents-based groupings. One of the reasons they did that, it was because of benevolence. Now, here today, people have realized there is more. Already they've been taken up. So much has been taken care of in terms of benevolence. Now, so much today, Kenyans or Kisses at large, Minto, Mwanyagetinge, they are looking for something different. They envy other communities. We live among other communities like the Somali community, the Liberians, the Nigerians, the Hmong people. Now, it's time that actually our people have actually woken up to see that, hey, we're actually going backwards. We're not moving forward. So today, our community is actually, in most cases, we are the same people. We do meet, we do talk. Now, over time, because we talk, it's been almost a time, probably something that we've been presented here by, I could say, the past regime. Just the office bearers, the current office bearers, they've just presented us with this opportunity to say, hey, no, we can't do this anymore. We have to move forward as a community, and actually we must emulate. There's so much we can emulate from other communities. So the excitement, I could say, actually part of it, the past regime actually failed us so much that actually it has actually now awakened our people to move forward. Everybody wants to come here now. Thank you. Probably that's how I view it.
For your take. So let's hear from Chris. Chris, the same question. Why is such a huge excitement within our community and actually even across the country? Soon we're going live and there's a massive expectation from across the country. Why is this excitement?
Let me first thank you, Dr. Kari, Mr. Kebwato, the listeners, my fellow competitor, Mr. Magutu, who is a friend of mine, as I said some time back. We're all this in a good way trying to bring our people together. But let me answer your question. Although I have a problem with you because you are sitting on my seat. So let me answer the question. Number one, there is information that is flying right now. You know, information is power. So people are realizing through the information that they are getting that we need to move somewhere. You know, with the information like you have KDR TV, there is a lot of information in the social media. There is information at different groups where people meet. So people are seeing that as a group of people who moved here, we need also to come up. Number two, we Kisses in Tunabantu Bengarik, we see other communities are doing well. And we are asking ourselves, why can't we do well? We have the capability, we have the resources. Why can't we do well as the other communities? And number three, we realize that we are not moving anywhere as a people. We're going to settle here. So for us to be ready to settle long term, you know, when we came, people were here, were thinking we're going to go to school for a few days and then rush back home. Now people realize that we're going to stay here. So for us to have a long-term plan, we have to have a vehicle that is going to drive us to that, to realizing that goal. So they are excited. And again, we are getting old too. So for us to be taken care of, we need to have a team or a formula that will make us stay here and grow. So, you know, there are many reasons. I can give many reasons, but as Mabutu said that the past officials failed, I totally don't agree. We all failed as Mwanyagetinge. And for everybody, when you slide, when you wake up, you are a better person. So we have realized that we did slide as a group. Now we have woken up and we're bringing this information to the people so they know they need to act up. So I think those are some of the reasons. There could be many, but those are the ones that I can say like right now.
So thank you both gentlemen. It's always nice to have friends on the show, and I think we have that very open-ended discussion. So obviously the focus for us here at KDR TV has majorly been the presidential candidates, and we'll be seeing them momentarily. But also we have other positions. We have vice presidents, secretary generals, and I want to sincerely appreciate you for coming on. You volunteered to come, so I want to thank both of you for willing to come on there before the next debate, at least to hear what you think is right for us. So some people maybe do not understand what exactly is the role of organizing secretary. So would you mind in a layman's language explain what the role of organizing secretary is and how you will perfect that position if elected? Nelson.
Thanks again. One, just before I answer your question, my good friend, Dr. Omare, just said that actually the past officials never failed. He just said he disagrees with me, and I actually disagree with him too. Why? The reason why we're running office, otherwise they could be there. The reason why we vote is actually because we measure what we gave you. We put officials in office to execute the aspirations of our people. So if actually they failed, you can't come back to the vote and say, actually, oh, you voted me, but now we failed together. That's why we're voting. We are voting these guys out simply because they failed us. That's why he's running. That's why I'm running. So he should be able to know that. And I know he knows better, but he has reasons why actually he has to defend the past regime. Now, here, to answer your question now, as organizing secretary, per se, most of it is to make sure that you ensure the meetings that you called by the president or called by the executive, they effectively organized and minted, and actually make sure you're the person to make sure that you maintain the records, you maintain good communication and correspondence to the community, and actually you make sure that you hold the executive, literally you hold them, you hold your president, you hold the whole committee, making sure that actually their governing documents are actually up to date. So literally you are the person to make sure that everything runs smoothly within the organization.
Nelson, Chris.
Thank you again. But also let me respond to my good friend. Mwanyagetinge officials have a time limit. We are not voting them out. Their time is gone, is past due. So we are holding elections, not that because we want to vote them out. You see, they have been staying in office for a very long time. So I understand very well when I say we failed together. How did we hold our officials accountable that we can say, okay, we elected you? But how do we hold them accountable for what they were doing? How do we bring the message to them that you're failing and this is what we need you to do? Because you, as a member of Mwanyagetinge, if you see the organization is not going the right way, you have a reason, good reason, to be able to call the officials and tell them, you are doing what's not right. This is how we need to do it. Number two, I also want to correct my friend that the organizing secretary is not equivalent to a secretary. The secretary keeps records, writes records, but it's not the organizing secretary. So maybe we're in a gray area of what an organizing secretary, the duties of the organizing secretary and the secretary. So let me say this. As an organizing secretary, I've been in an organization where I used to mobilize people. So if things are going to happen, I know for sure this is the program that we have. This is the place where we're going to have the meeting. This is what is required, the capacity for us to have that meeting. So some of these are the duties of an organizing secretary. But at the same time, you have to be a people person. You have to be able to communicate to people effectively and tell them what's going on. So I have done this in the NASA group, which I was mobilizing people, not only Kisis, but people from across the country and even outside Kenya. We used to bring these people together. So as a mobilizer, that's what I'll do. And again, I also have the duty to vote in the board. I also have the duty to contribute in matters that are pertaining to the running of the organization. So those are some of the duties that I feel as an organizing secretary is very critical that I understand them and I'm able to undertake them. Thank you.
So good. I know, Nelson, you want to rebuttal on that one. Yes, I'll give you that chance, 1 minute to rebuttal to that. But as soon as you do that, I also want us to move further and talk about what are the critical, and I want you to highlight 3 critical issues that you think the next administration should focus on. Because key point, if you're going to organize, you'll have to organize around particular issues. So I want to focus on those. So Nelson, you have a chance to rebuttal and then highlight for us 3 specific issues that you think the next administration should focus on.
If he was listening to me, I said if you could summarize, my job is to ensure the meetings are well organized. I did not say keep the records. I said there's so much. I said my job, one, I said could be ensuring that the meetings are effectively organized. And then I said I'm a mobilizer. And that is what I've been doing. Most people here in this state, they know me just because they have actually seen me in meetings. I have not appeared there just by chance. I have actually appeared there because I've been able to call to either make sure that those people are there, and I don't come. Actually, I'm not those people actually who sit at the back. I'm those people actually who sit in front anywhere that you ever met me. Why? It's because actually I'm the one who made it happen, and that's what I've been doing. Now, to say that this regime that we just had, that we're just doing we're doing elections. We don't do elections after 7 years. We do elections after every 2 years. So what happened? It was the duty of the executive that was there to actually even come back to members that it's time that we vote. It's not the voters actually to make it happen. It's the executive to make it happen. Now, and actually I'm coming in to actually make it work. I'm not coming in to sit and wait for the voters to come in and tell me what to do. That's not why I'm coming in. I'm coming in and actually make it happen. Now, here we are. To go back to your question, one, the next regime. I could want to expect that actually me as a mobilizer, and this is what I've been doing, collecting people around, making sure that everybody is on board. I could want to make sure that we get every Kenyan. If we can't get every Kisi who lives in this state, we make sure that we get him on board. So registration should be open as soon as we're done. I want to make sure that we get registration open and we make sure that everybody's on board. That's one. Two, it's been, so many people, whenever you meet a Somali is so proud telling you that I'm a Somalian. It's high time that we also champion our people. Mwanyagetinge should be championed. Actually, not only championed within us, even within ourselves. So many new people actually can't even pronounce the name Mwanyagetinge. So many. Now here we are. So we need to have Mwanyagetinge even within houses, within our own homes. Our own kids should be able to know what Mwanyagetinge is. So it should be championed. The other thing that I could want to see a community within the next few days where actually the kids, the parents, and literally everybody, that we able to join hands, we're able to talk as one, one language. Whenever you meet an old person should be able to know that what is Mwanyagetinge and should be able to tell you, and the kids should be able to talk about Mwanyagetinge. So I could want to make sure that we all register everybody and make sure that as a family, we champion our community.
Please.
And there must be some information missing because Magutu said that the elections, the leaders never call elections. I know Chui called elections twice and the people never showed up. So if we don't show up and vote, what is Chui supposed to do? There was no quorum. And he was even chosen to go back to the office. So what I was saying, we need to hold our office or our organization as our kid. We need to be responsible in making sure that whatever is supposed to be done is done. We can't leave it to the leaders only. So that's very clear. So let me come back to your question. The number one thing, as my friend said, we need our people to be maintained in the organization. And how do we do that? We must start by building a resume for our organization. Now, if you happen to be visiting our web page or WhatsApp group, the kind of information and the kind of communication that goes in there cannot attract anybody or cannot retain somebody to be in that group. People will come in and exit because there's no decorum in that WhatsApp group. We need to clean that. We need to build our resume so that when we go outside, because people will want to look at you like when you're looking for a job. Who are you in your social media? What do you do in your Facebook and the rest? So we want to clean that, number one, so that we can be able to maintain the people. Even if we register thousands and there's no organization in that, the people will simply exit again. So that's number one. After that, I want us to use the human resource that we have in Mwanyagetinge before we go outside. We have all professionals from our community. We have lawyers, we have teachers, we have doctors, we have every kind of profession that we need. And we also have businesses. People are working in good companies and they're earning a lot of money. This is the first group that I will want to bring together. So when they come together, we will have them design on a way they can be able to channel a few resources to the organization so that we can start with a program so that when we go outside, people see that these people have something that they are doing. Number three, I want us to have a physical office. A physical office when people want to come and see what we are doing, where are you stationed? We're not going to say we're everywhere. We need to have a physical office equipped where even if somebody's calling us from Kenya or from whichever state, we have that office and we donate to maintain at least one employee. If we cannot afford to accommodate an employee in there, I want us to donate our time as leaders because we are doing a volunteer job. I can be there 2 hours a day. Somebody else can be there another time. So those 3 areas, if we clean our resume, we bring these professionals together to design the programs that can maintain our people together. The businesses can contribute. They are very willing to contribute. So if we do that and develop our website, we will start from there. Then those programs will have the youth, the middle-aged, the elderly, and all classes of people here to come and sit on a table and decide this is what, or this is how we feel Mwanyagetinge should be run, not me to decide for them. So my issue will be creating a forum where people will come and discuss how they want things to be done for themselves or for them. I guess I will yield back. Thank you.
Okay. So, Nelson, if you want to add on, it's a rebuttal. If you want, that's fine. But let's move faster because we need to get the next team back on. Yes, you'll have a minute to respond to Chris, but I want you to go further. Now, obviously, there's passion, there's excitement in the community. And as both of you know, excitement is about emotion. As soon as the fact is done, as soon as the elections are done on Sunday, we're going to declare one person a winner. The 2 front runners, the ladies, obviously, they really energized the base. Why is it very, very important? Yes, let's thank the female population in our community for coming forward and really making this worthwhile, and the young people as well. But why do you think is very, very important, more than who really wins? Why is it very important that we be united after Sunday? So I'm going to start with you, Nelson. You can rebuttal and then respond to that question.
This is what I want to point out. There are one, and I agree with my friend Dr. Omar, that actually we do need a fiscal office. I agree with you, but that needs money. So, and the same people to give us the money, they're the same people that we need to make sure that we mobilize and bring them together and register. It's not a benevolent group. So most of it actually could come from registration. So if actually we can be able to mobilize our people together, have them together, yes, and I agree. We need everybody on board. We need all professionals. We need the young. We need the old. But then we need these people to register so that we can get funds to have a fiscal office. I'm with you. Now, this regime that you keep on defending, really, it's not worth it defending completely. It's not. And you know it, Chris. It's not a regime worth defending completely. If he called the meeting, that means you were not there. That means that you didn't attend. And if you did not attend, just like I never attended, it's because the regime had completely failed to mobilize people. I don't even know if they had an organizing secretary. I don't know what they did. And if they didn't, then, I mean, they had a problem. Now, here we are. What you just asked me, what happens after Sunday? Elections will be over on Sunday. And sure enough, we need our people together. Best thing that we can do is, as we are talking, we came here to talk, me and Chris. These are things that could have been done 20 years ago, 30 years ago. We are already late. We are late. This is late in the evening. I believe if you see the excitement, and even Chris himself, all this time, Chris has been there. He could have actually, to be honest, Chris could have been the president today. Because he's able. I could be the president today because I believe I'm able. But now, if you see us here, it's actually telling you that everything is wrong. Our community is sliding. So after Sunday, if personally, I don't know, if it's me or Chris, we need everybody together. We need to have everybody on board. And that could be a heavy task on the organizing secretary, who actually could go out. Something actually. I know Chris is capable and I'm capable. One, all that we need is to make sure that somebody, whoever that is elected, get out. Get these people out. And anybody who knows me that actually I've reached everybody. There is nobody that I haven't reached anywhere. Teachers, as you just named, the doctors, all these professionals, the old, the young, I mingle around all these people. We need these people on. So after Sunday, I'll put on my boots and actually get out and get these people on board.
Dennis, why unit?
Again, thanks, Dr. Okari. And this should be clear. I'm not defending the leaders that they didn't do a job that was not satisfactory. What I'm saying, we all failed. I was at those meetings that Chui called, and I saw there were no people there. So that's why I have that evidence that he called. Some of us tried to go there, but people didn't come. So there was a failure for the leaders, at the same time a failure on us because we were called and we didn't attend the meeting. So after the elections, the number one thing I say, elections come and go, but I will still be your friend. My neighbor will still be my neighbor. My cousin or my relatives will still remain the same. So what do I do after Sunday? In the first place, we shouldn't be worried that the elections is something that is going to divide us unless we're weak. But I know my friend and I, we are not that weak. If I win, he's coming to my team to join me. He will be the shadow minister as in Kenya, so that they will be looking at what I'm doing. So, as a mobilizer after winning, number one, I will want to make sure that what we have gotten is not going to slide back. Number two, I will want to add on it. Personally, also, as my friend said, I'm somebody who is known. I go to church. I'm a faith member in Brooklyn Park. I know pastors across the board, whether they're on Sunday or they're on Saturday. I know teachers, I know lawyers, I know everybody. So to mobilize and maintain that is the number one thing that we will do, or I will start doing. I have the communication skills. If you have come to meetings that we have hosted where we have people from Kenya who are politicians and the like, have been able to moderate those meetings, and they have been very successful. So my ability in doing all those will be very much present when I start my new job as an organizing secretary of Mwanyagetinge.
1 minute. I'm going to ask the camera to check me off and then make your final pitch to the people so that they can vote for you. So I'll start with you, Nelson, 1 minute, and then Chris, before we.
Mento Mwanyagetinge na bakwani bya. Elections are coming in tomorrow. Nearly to call the twins. Igomba kanitiama ya motoke in good spirits. Mokore voting wisely. Tindi go check because inta kitekende kego chakaba. Igongo chese keroge kyo organizing secretary. Ising enjunda to kobakorera. Na bakorera before. It's only that it wasn't official. Born on that Mayameke official. I work for you as the next and incoming organizing secretary. Thank you so much. I wish you the very best. And again, once more, I want your vote, all of you.
Oh, thank you. So, Chris, 1 minute closing statement, please.
First of all, let me thank everybody who found time to come and watch us or listen to us. I know we're one people in Mwanyagetinge. The elections come and go, but we still remain to be Mwanyagetinge and neighbors. Let me thank the Electoral Commission for the wonderful job that you have done. Let me thank the media houses for their brought information to the people. Let me thank those who are running, because this is a voluntary exercise, a voluntary job. You are not going to be paid. I have done that before, and you have seen me very active. Another thing I want you to realize is when we're running a campaign, civil enough, Ijengo boli chukura chaino asengenju mwando lirengo kole emirimo nimba manyeta abantu baminto mora iga Minnesota na amenyire iga Minnesota na kolire gasi nainu ese ebintu bikoba ngotoka ndaroro nimbwate abantu togo kole gasi nabo igo nimayetenga egocho kwa neme nkogera abantu abange bande bache igo nje nko basabe kura ya inaso bwororo egere tonyore ko twarariba garigiya togenderie kiombi yaitu abarayi bali mwaruro osimoja kuruo na inu ntobatagete bali abakoro ntobatagete nino tutageto motoro kereri asemwa mwawete ebe tobwatero inche no mogusi ande omuntu no mogusi na kinere gusi na somere gusi inje no mogusi asekerengenjo igo nimanyeta amangana y'omugusi nandi ninga understand tinga ekero togo chora abarayi muna intu bali tomanyete omugusi ningo nabo togo kore gasi igo ndiamba sabe chikura chaino nogo chora kwaino mokora so bwororo onde taramo onde taitonde no moja koba ekero chikura chali na no borwero muna bwachire na borobwe bakuro Kenya ma aminta abantu baminterende yanche umuntu ndamanye bugwanje to basa ko yanda kugisi ko gutara muumera n'abantu abange nanonyo nga muharwarire nakiyaga tabantu batatu agacura ku runyongo igo irende n'abarenka bateye bana baroberende igo tigamba akire mbuyamo no bari mwana tobekira nyasaye tigaba sese nikegima nero goto byansi mbuyamo.
Okay. So, thank you, gentlemen. It's always very difficult to moderate a discussion of two very, very, very close friends, but I think the two of you held your own, and you made my life very easy. So, thank you very kindly, Nelson. Thank you very much for coming on. Dr. Chris as well. Thank you very, very much. I wish both of you very well in the campaign, and obviously we'll meet on Sunday evening or next week, and then we can share tea together as brothers and sisters. So, and then for the rest of the viewers, please join us in about 15 minutes when we have a pre-debate analysis. We have Professor Kefo Tiso who will be joining us there. Dr. London will be joining us. Sarah Okindo is joining us, and also Dr. Bogongo, so that we have a pre-debate analysis. And then at 7:15, we have the real debate. Just a note for the community, this will be broadcast to pretty much almost the community organizations across the country, and obviously be heard on be streamlined on Egesa FM. So we'll see you in 15 minutes. Thank you very much.